A lot of foreigners, when they come to Romania, they all think about Bucharest. Well, it's the capital of this country, so that means the most high-value women and the most fun that I can actually have must be in this particular city. However, you might be wrong, and let me just say that I run the biggest dating company in Romania, and I helped a lot of men in approaching women, having fun overall, and exploring Romania. I helped a lot of foreigners such as yourself. Doesn't even matter where you're coming from, you can have success over here in Romania, depending on what that means for you. So if you consider the idea of visiting this country, let me just tell you what are the top cities, and I'm gonna make it like a personal top from the first position as being the most rated to the last one, which is the less rated, in my opinion, yeah? Let me remember you, after having a lot of students over here and taking them from city to city to approach women. Now, the first city you wanna visit actually, it's called Brașov. It's actually very close to the Bucharest capital. I think you're doing like a two hour and a half drive with the car. It's called Brașov, and it's beautiful because it's basically filled with tourists very often, and the women over there tend to be local. You either find women that are tourists, such as yourself, and when you're adventuring in a different city and you sightseeing the mountains and you're seeing the museums and you're exploring, you're in that beautiful vibe, what do you want more? Well, you want to have some sex, or you want to meet somebody that you can actually hook up, maybe have a long relationship. Doesn't matter what you want. However, the day can be a bit more fun. And this is what happened to a student that I have. He came from Dublin, and he actually wanted to meet Romanian women. However, when he approached a woman in Brașov, she was from Italy. And of course, the Italian girl was very fine, very sexy, very hot. And she was like for 3 days over there. After having some fun, like going to the club and, visiting museums and blah, blah, basically she wanted to also hook up, because why not? And obviously in less than 20 minutes, they went to her place, which was a booking from Airbnb, and they had sex, which is pretty beautiful. Now, the reason I tell you Brașov instead of Bucharest, you must understand, Bucharest being the capital is like any other capital in this goddamn world. People will be a bit anxious, will be a bit agitated, they need to go to work, they don't necessarily think about hooking up, relationships. Yeah, you might find a girl that is actually interested in that specific thing, but you will be wasting a lot of time in approaching, doing cold approaching, until you meet that specific woman. And of course, it depends on the time of the day. If you have somebody that actually knows where to take you in those specific places where women tend to be at specific times, so you must have someone that actually knows what he's doing. Now, the second city before considering Brașov, I would highly recommend to visit Iași, it's called. Now, this is very far away from Bucharest capital. It's, I think, a 8 or 9 hour drive. I'm not 100% sure, but it's far. You do have an airport over there, so you can take a flight, I think, directly to Iași, if I'm not mistaken. Now, what is beautiful about this? You're not just gonna meet Romanian women, you're gonna meet basically a lot of Romanian women with Moldavian influences. Now, if you don't know about Moldavian women, they tend to be extremely traditional. They tend to take things a bit more serious. They tend to be more passionate about stuff. Yeah, of course, Iași, it's filled with students as well. And there will be a lot of girls that maybe just want to hook up. They maybe just want to have sex. It doesn't have to be necessarily something serious. But however, if you are considering both options, would be interesting to make love to a Romanian woman, but also maybe in the future have a serious relationship, well, Iași, I think is the perfect fit for you. For example, Brașov, if you're considering more of let's have sex and I don't know, like just hookups, Brașov is better. If you're only considering that. Now, it's not my mission to judge you on whatever you want, so you can decide for yourself what you want. You don't need to explain to me what exactly is your interest. That is your business. I'm just telling you. So Iași is like a bigger city. It's beautiful. As well, you need to have someone that knows the specific places where to actually go to meet women. The third on my list is it's called Timișoara. Timișoara is close to the border. Now, Timișoara is basically very, very similar to Bucharest. However, people, for some reason, tend to be a bit more social over here. Like, Trust me when I say Bucharest can be extremely aggressive. In Bucharest, people can be really, really anxious, really, really agitated. And like I said, depends on the hour that you're going to approach. If you're going to approach women between 12 to 3 p.m., for example, you're going to spend a lot of time, first of all, finding them, second of all, finding them on the ideas that you have with hooking up, because they might be in a hurry from work, or they might go to work. It's a lot of things over there. Besides the traffic, the red lights, the noise, you know, overall, the guys that are working on buildings, it's a lot of agitation, noise, and distraction. It's very difficult for them to sit in a space where they can experience what you are as a guy. I would highly recommend Timișoara as the third position because, like I said, it's big, but tends to have people that are nicer and not extremely agitated. Also, keep in mind the fact that Bucharest is also a city full of celebrities, you know, like, you know, you have the studios like Hollywood in America, everything is in Bucharest. So obviously, some people will have certain arrogance, certain superiority, and you don't want to experience that, I believe. Obviously, on the fourth position is Bucharest. Listen carefully to what I'm saying. On the fourth position in my top 5 is Bucharest. So basically, I don't recommend it a lot. A lot of people, yes, I had a lot of students over here in Bucharest because that's what they wanted, not because it's what I suggested or advised them. Yeah, a lot of people are coming to Bucharest, they feel safer. However, like I said, you have better opportunities and options, and this video will help you to discover them. I'm not going to talk a lot about Bucharest because you already understood everything I wanted to say about it watching this video. However, the last position I want you to consider, it's called Cluj-Napoca. Cluj-Napoca, this is how you pronounce it. The problem I have with Cluj-Napoca, you will see a lot of Romanians say that, oh, it's such an amazing city. You know, people behave like their city is the best, okay? And they usually reject other people's opinions. But here is my opinion. Cluj-Napoca, I put it on the last position because you have people that, let's just say they are open-minded. So basically, if you want to have sex, this might be the best option because people really hook up extremely easy. However, on this channel, we are practicing game. We want to get better as human beings. We want to get better with women. We want to understand what we are doing. So if you're practicing game, for example, and if you're practicing certain techniques or feelings or spaces that you walk into, well, you need a certain measurement to meter what you are doing. But if you're talking to women and you say them, you know, you just tell them one phrase or two phrases and they want to hook up already, that doesn't mean you made game. That simply means that women are more open-minded over there. So, like I said, if you're looking to have sex easily, Cluj-Napoca might be a city that, I'm not going to say that every woman that you talk to is going to end up with sex, but most of them, they usually tend to do that. Also, another reason I hate Cluj-Napoca is because people over there have this open-minded mentality, which usually means the wreckage of your household. I mean, there's a lot of people that are married over there, that they borrow their wives and things like that, which I find really disgusting. It's not in my values and principles as a human being on this planet. I feel that if you borrow your wife to another man, that is so disgusting and you're wrecking your own household. It's like you have a daughter and you just send her to the wolves, you know? So that concludes my top of the cities in Romania, where if you want to visit and if you want to have beautiful experiences, if you want to hire a coach, you can do that. You find the details in the description below. You have my email address. Just contact me and I can actually help you to get the woman that you want, or to have experiences, or to at least teach you more about game. There's a lot of things that, there's a lot of misconceptions in this domain, so to speak. So I want to be the one that leads you in Romania to the things that you want to experience and offer you a nice time over here. I hope you actually like this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new on this channel. I'm going to make more videos on this topic. And of course, if you lost this video, I highly recommend you have a look. Sometimes I really like to approach different topics and different views because life is full of complexities, and why not get better at multiple things at a time? So I wish you the best and see you in Romania. Bye-bye.